What up? What up? What up? What up? Let me, per usual, do what needs to get done here. Send it to the Discord. I just got congested like right now. That's weird because I was not congested a second ago. All right. Let's let me get rid of this. Let me see if I can pull up in studio. No, no. Go live. I already am live though. Live now. Yeah, let's do it. Boom. I think I got it. I think I fucking got it. Figured it out. Wife just got home. Kids going out for a nap. I can finally take a peek at what's going to happen. Where are my glasses wipes? Here they are. How we doing, guys? Anybody in here? Anybody in here? Probably not, right? Oh, let's take a look. My neighbors downstairs are having a little party, it sounds like. Got the whole family over. They're Russian. They don't speak a lick. None of them speak a lick of it. No English. Straight Russian. Super nice, but do not speak English. Very doubtful. Doubtful that the people who live below me are legal. Maybe their kids are. I don't think the people who live below me are. Fluff, what's up, brother? I need to. I don't need to do anything. I don't even know what I'm about to say. How you doing, man? Let's take a peek ski. We'll leave that. We can leave that. I hear my kid cracking up in the bedroom. My wife went at a funeral to go do, so it's just me and Hallie. And I'm sitting next on the couch. I'm like, "You want to go to bed, take a nap?" She's like, "No." Not even a minute later, my wife walks in the door and she's like, "Mom, let's get into bed. Let's go take a nap." You fucking little shit. All right. Oh, and you know what I did grab though? Her Teddy Grahams. I've been good. I've been good, man. Just busy. Just busy. All right. What's Bitcoin looking like here? Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out because this is a bounce zone, and I wouldn't hate a bounce, but Bitcoin just doesn't look great to me, per usual. Right? Bitcoin sucks lately. There's times it doesn't. It's just lately it sucks. All right, so there's a lot going on here. Let me get rid of it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Investor share. What's up, Kyle? What up? Let's take a quick peek, shall we? All right, guys. We're gonna do a quick top down. Mainly, it's gonna be oscillator stuff because if you guys have been paying attention, um, we are potentially breaking bearish in the 4 week. The 3 week did break bearish, and I can't help but just assume if we do come up, we're gonna retest for a continuation down. Doesn't have to happen. It could, right? Like especially like on the 4 week, right? Or the monthly, however you guys want to look at it. It so happens to be plus or minus the same, right? The 4 week has 9 days left, and the 1 month has 8 days left. Why? Because there's 4.33 weeks in a month on average. So whatever, who gives a shit? But I want to see how this candle closes. Okay, if this candle rips up, right, and we have a big SFP here of this low, I can't help but wonder if we do anything, we're going to come back, grab liquidity on it, and then continue up. Potentially, right? Then for a potential continuation down. But if we have a huge SFP here on this, we're going to call it the monthly time frame. I am not expecting a V-shaped recovery off into oblivion. It's just not how it operates typically. But it's something to keep an eye out on if we do have an SFP, a little liquidity grab for a continuation up, potentially for the continuation down. Is it going to be a bullish move for a bearish retest, or is this just a big hiccup in the cycle? Is the top not in right now? But we're not going to know until it plays out, right? So I can't help but be under the bias that the top is in for now. We're coming down. If we do come up, I'm going to look for a continuation down. We'll look for a bullish move into a bearish continuation. 3 week, like I said, it broke. It's all the way up here, right? The structure on the 3 week and the 2 week's a little different. The 2 week low is here. The 3 week low is here. So either way, they both broke bearish. And I'm looking, like I said, if we do get a retrace, I will be looking here. I will be looking here for that continuation down. We have our supply, our 2 week supply here. In order to get into this 3 week area, right, we got to get above 97.9. We're going to call it 98. We got to get above 98 in order to continue up. And even if we do, we have that 3 week structure that says this is the short zone. Okay. For now, at least. So one step at a time, one level at a time. And we're gonna see what it does. 2 week, 1 week. 2 week and 1 week are the same. If we do get a move up, I'm gonna be looking here. Okay, I'm gonna be looking. I'm pretty sure this is a 2 week. Yeah, so we have a 2 week order block here. This is supply. Let's change this up. Gasp. Yeah. I don't remember what that is. We'll redraw in a second. Now, if I look at this as a whole, what am I seeing here? I'm seeing exhaustion, right? I'm seeing we took the high, nice move up, or a little break, I should say, little break, and then we break structure. The big question I have is this just the bounce zone? Are we going to continue to range? Which, once again, I wouldn't hate. But typically what we do, if we do come up, we're going to take the lows and we're going to put in lower highs and lower lows. Now, it may look something like it did over here, and it may not be the most beautiful thing, right? Like on the 3-day, this is all internal. But if you drop into like the 4-hour, like there's a lot of structural plays here. You go down to the daily, or up to the daily, I should say. Still internal. Was the 12-hour? Yeah, the 12-hour. Right? The 12-hour had a lot of structural pivots. I mean, even if we go to the 10-hour, it'll look prettier, I would assume. There's a lot of trades to be had here, even if we are ranging. But all you need to know is that we are, even though we're technically ranging, we came down to grab some money and then continue up. So if we do start to range, we just got to try and identify why. What's the point? What's it trying to do? Is it trying to go higher? Is it trying to go lower? What liquidity is it grabbing for what fuel, right? It needs fuel to go. So which way is it fueling up to go here? I don't know if I'm necessarily convinced one way or another right now. As far as near term, I would definitely like. Hold on. Boom. I would love for it to come up to here at some point, just so I can get a beautiful short. That'd be a hell of a short, right? Oscillator, it's. I mean, we got bearish coverage. Let's go back to the weekly, but we're putting in some bullish divergence potentially, at least. Money flow's coming out, but potential this. So what we could do is this can continue to come out, this can come up, and then boom, right? And even if it makes a low or a high or low, we could still put in, a third drive into a bearish divergence or bullish divergence, I'm sorry, on the weekly, which can really bring us down. I mean, fuck, I could bring us down anywhere from, we're going to call it 58 downwards of 39, if not more. But and then we obviously have this order block. I don't know what time frame it is, what day, but 57 to 52, we're going to call it, and that could potentially be another drive of divergence. So we have one here, and then we can have something like this where it comes up, it comes down, and then this just continues to do this, right? Maybe. I don't know. I have no idea. We won't know until it plays, or at least gets a lot closer. So, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm thinking the oscillator doesn't look that great. I'm thinking, yes, it's oversold, right? It's overextended, but the money flow is coming out, and there's nothing stopping us from doing something like this. Let's see if I can find one like this, right? You see that? Like this, like this. And then I don't know how this plays. I would assume, yeah, bullish divergence, right? So we come down and we make another low. Money flows in the green here, so it makes more sense to have that bounce. But this money flow is coming out, so even if we have the bounce, unless like the 4 hour to the daily start to tell me something different, I have to assume we take this low. I have to assume. And I'll be ready for it. And I'll try and let you guys know in the Discord. I'll give you my overview like I always do. This stuff's just been taking a long time to have any change, right? It's just been down. It's just been down since January 13th. I mean, really the 10th of October is this wick. I know this doesn't say the 10th, but this big wick was the 10th, and then we've been just continuously moving down. So it's kind of it's either we're going to take this low, or we're going to come up to here to come down, or we're going to take the high and then potential retest for then a continuation up. Right now, structure's saying down. We play it. We play the down. We have no choice. Getting to the 3-day, the 2-day, and the 1-day. So the 1-day is interesting. Let me zoom this in a little bit. I don't know if you would call this bullish divergence, but we have what can look like this. And that would be indicative of this move up. And then when we get up here, we look for, what the next move is going to be. Because if you go to the 3-day and the 2-day, yeah, the money flows in the red. VWAP's looking to curve over downward. But this can just linger for a little bit, and we can get something like this or something like this. The move up could be fast. I don't know. But I can't say just yet that I'm expecting the downwardness to stop until we break this trend line in the oscillator and some sort of momentum on the candles and have a big structural change. I'm buying short 110%. So these time frames are telling me a potential continuation down. Maybe a little bounce, but a potential continuation down. 16-hour, Yeah, see, 16-hour, 12-hour. Yes, we have bullish divergence, right? We do. Right, let's see, this just starts here. I mean, it's very aggressive, right? It's very aggressive, but this is where it is, right? Lower lows on the candles, higher lows on the oscillator. As we get into these higher, lower time frames, you'll notice, like, yes, okay, look at the oscillator, right? We're still, money flow still in the red. Money flow still in the red. This can absolutely do something like this, right? Money flow can, play with our hearts like this, come down a little bit, but then still, like this is staying in the green. It could stay in the red, and we can do this for a while. What's up, Andrew? Um, and we can do this for a while. So before we even get up into these zones, right? And that remember that zone I was talking about, guys. We'll pull up the 3 day because it's here too. That 80,000 to 98. We have a lot of things that we could bang our heads on. So if we come up to the 786 of the date of the 10-hour pull, and we're going to call it 73, all the way up to that, even all the way up to these highs. You can SFP these highs and front run this zone. So we're talking 79.5 down to 73. If we get there, this is an absolute short zone, even before this short zone. So we can come up, come down, grab this slow, right? And then decide it's time to come up a little higher. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for shorts here. I'm just going to leave this broad because this is there's a lot of things and a lot of structure that have to play out on lower time frames for me to get in, to keep my R&R where it needs to be. But we don't necessarily have to get up into here, right? Ideally, we're going to stay, below 77, or, even we may SFP this 77 and then come down. So anywhere from that 73 to 77 for the continuation down, maybe put a nice little double bottom in. That's what that's telling me, right? That's probably likely. Even though we had a nice little pump today, right? This is just some bullshit. I don't know. I'll show you I was looking at Cardano, and I mean, it's playing out absolutely fucking perfectly, guys. I don't know. I don't even know what else to tell you. 8-hour, and don't we're squeezing, right? You guys see this, right? However you want to draw this shit, we're squeezing. We're flagging out, we're squeezing, we're ranging. It's choppy bullshit, and depending on what time frame you're looking for. But we're just it's grabbing liquidity. It's trying to figure out, are we coming up, or are we just going to continue down? And in order to do that, it needs liquidity. So it needs to squeeze. It needs to range of some sort to grab people's money for the fuel to continue one way or another. 6-hour, yeah, like, right. So look at this. Like, this is a roll zone. I mean, I'm not saying we don't come, up into here, but this is a roll zone, right? Is it, you don't see that? Am I blind? Am I seeing something that's not there? It's even more apparent on the 5, right? This could potentially roll right over. It doesn't have to, but it could. The 4-hour looking to roll right over. Nice little trigger wave, right? Continue with these little trigger waves. The 3-hour, same shit. And then and now it starts to get a little dicey, right? Are we looking to bounce? Or are we not? This is definitely a bounce zone. And let me mirror that. It's a bounce zone, but what's the point of the bounce? Are we coming up for the highs? Because if you zoom out a little bit, we have an SFP here, which should be coming down, maybe even a little more, somewhere into here at least. If to finish that particular move, we don't have to, but it would make sense to me. But we have a lot of bullish divergence. Oops, right? Nice curvature. I don't care if this money flows back in the red. Overall, it's trending up. But we're squeezing, right? Price did come up. It's not that price didn't come up. Yeah, we have bullish divergence, and price came up. It just failed to take the high. Is that, and right now, it's just not crystal clear to me which way it wants to go. So, what is Brian even saying? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is we do have lower, hourly bullish divergence. Go to the 30-minute; it'll be more apparent. So we do have bullish divergence, but we have bearish divergence as well. Okay, we have bearish divergence as well. We have longer term bearish curvature, right? That's still continuing down. Now the hourly's going to be it. The hourly's coming up. The hourly's coming down. This could be a bullish trigger wave. It could not. What makes sense right now is we finish the move, right? This is just a liquidity grab for the continuation down, or we come down and then we bounce. And then, once we take this high, we can reset, we can reevaluate. But until we do it, it's tough. It's not that easy, right? We have nice bullish divergence right in front of our face. But did this move already play out? Right? What's the target? Did it get hit? To me, ideally, I want it to come back up to here, right? You get in somewhere here for some reason, whatever it's going to be. Yeah, you want it to come up, but it's not screaming at me just yet. And the move may play out before it screams, just due to how the market's been lately, which is fine. It is what it is. But I have a hard time telling you guys one thing or another until these things start to play out. So, and keep in mind, I'm doing this. I'm shooting from the hip here because I haven't looked at Bitcoin. I don't look at Bitcoin really because Cardano tells me my story lately. And if it was Solana, I would be doing Solana. But Cardano's been telling a story and it's been playing out. And I'm not going to argue. There's no chance. Yeah, it looks like it kind of wants to continue down, but once you get into these lower time frames, this is choppy. So SFP, right? So we're coming down. SFP, bullish divergence on the hourly. I don't know. This is tough. This is tough trading. I don't know if I want this. 5 minute didn't work. 4 minute, do we have the change? No. 6 minute, do we have the change? Yeah, the 6 minute does tell the story a little bit, right? Nothing crazy, but a little bit. Okay, it's tough, right? We get an SFP back break, and then see, I don't have an entry here personally. I don't think it touches. I wouldn't have been tapped in. Yeah, I wouldn't have been tapped in here. So it's tough. It's very tough, right? We had a break, come up, you're looking for the retest, we SFP that. That could be your indication to get in right there. But what are you targeting, right? What is TP1 of this move? It's this guy, smoked, right? But then what? All right, maybe we're going to come for this high. Are we ever going to get there, right? While you're in this trade, that is. I don't know. That's why TP1s are so fucking important, guys. I've been enjoying my TP1s. I got to tell you, it's good for the soul, right? It's really good for the soul. Allows you to breathe a little bit. Take your TP1s, guys. Take them. Take your TP1, stop loss to break even, or leave your stop loss, right? Depending on where you are. Right, you got to let the structure develop a little bit to give you some safeguards. And yes, I'm drinking my daughter's apple juice. Oh boy. Yes, like right now, I mean, we had a big SFP, and then we came and we grabbed liquidity, and then we came up, grabbed what was left in this wick, and now are we continuing down, or are we about to bounce? So this is just choppy shit. So, right, because you look at this for what it is at face value right here. We broke bullish, we broke bearish. Bullish move for a bearish retest? Is that what's going to happen here? Or is this the bearish move for the bullish retest? I'm leaning towards this just because we broke, we retested, we broke again. Like it just makes sense to retest here to continue up. But once again, like I'm not 100%. So just take your TPs, guys. Make sure you're taking your TP1s. Let's go to Cardano because this is just not. This is tough. I want this move to finish, right? I want to take this low and I want to take some of this wick here, if not the whole thing. That's all I got for you with that. With Bitcoin. Let's look at Cardano quick because it's going to tell you a little better story. Right, little cleaner trades. Let's look at the 4-hour, right? 4-hour, let's box it out. Why is my daughter still awake? My daughter's new thing when she gets her nails go, ow. A peanut. I'm on a call. I beg your pardon? Getting crazy back here. All right. This is the range we're in Cardano, right? 4-hour. Internal structure. Here it is. We don't take this high, we roll down. Now, we broke bearish on the 2. Flat top, I'm going to consider this bearish divergence 100%, right? Because we have a steeper move up, flat top, and then you drop down to the 1-hour, and the bearish divergence continues. So to me, it looks like a bullish move for a bearish retest is what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Because once we take this high, we're going to rotate down. However, we also bounced within our Fibonacci. There is demand here. Right? We're inside of demand. And we're in supply, right? We rejected off of supply. So everything is lining up. It's making sense. It's just what was the play, right? So even though like the 1-hour, we broke bullish. We came down. We did break bear or bullish. We broke. Perfect retest, guys. Perfect retest. I can't preface that enough. Problem is, did you take profits or not? Right? Are you expecting this bounce to lead to this or this? Right? A little optimistic. We do have bull dips, but it's not screaming. Right? The money flow, the momentum waves, like it's just choppy. It's not. We don't have like beautiful curvature throughout. Like what might happen is this money flow continue up, and then that happen. And you'll see if it does happen, you'll see how much prettier that looks. But then again, we need to look, in here for a retest. You may get down here, and then it may pop off again. If you're not sure, sit out. Take your profits on whatever you're in, and just sit out and wait. It'll present itself. But it's Friday, and we had numbers today. I don't know if it's still going to show them, but no, it's not. So yeah, I don't know. For now, I mean, I'm not in anything, but if I was, this was the short zone. This was the long zone inside of a bigger long zone, right? It's just all internal crap. If we were to break this, right, all this crap doesn't matter. If we break this high and then we come down, now you can look to take it back up to here. That's that particular trade. But I don't know. Zooming out, it doesn't look like we're going to $1 million. It doesn't look at, even if we have this retest, right? Let me get rid of that. Right? We could. We do have some bullish divergence here on the higher time frame. On the daily, it's there. This could absolutely roll. But we have to get above this guy. Right? What would make sense to me is something like that. I'm not a big V-shaped recovery guy. I mean, if you look, every big move we have, right? Boom, we came right back for it. Boom, came right back for it. Right? It shot back up, and then we came back for it. It just depends how it sets up. Yeah, right. Big, look at that. Fast move up. Brought it back. So, am I anticipating it to come back up? Not necessarily, because we the wick was bought up already, right? Boom, boom, and then we took it back. So now we got to see if we get above, I don't know, 12-hour. Let's see. Yeah, if we get above this guy, then this is our short zone. Then if we get above this guy, this is the long zone. That makes sense? That make sense to you guys? It's not rocket science. You just gotta be patient and wait for it to scream at you. Yeah. Did we tap our toes in here? Kind of. Bearish diverge. Money flows into green though. That's trigger wave location. Let's go to 5. This could have played out. If we do make a higher high, I bet you we do put bearish divergence in. But, in a perfect world, we'll have divergence here too, right? So, and we don't need it because we do have a higher time frame, but we don't have the divergence right here locally. So for me to say that this is the bounce zone, right? Lower time frame bounce. We're looking at the 2. The 1, I'm sure, is going to have that like that. Let's see. Exactly. Right. So you got this, and you get this flip here. Right. Bullish divergence. You get the flip. Take it. I don't know if we're going to get the retest or not. Like I would like. But the theory is this. Beautiful. See, this ran away from us. That's the problem too. Yeah, I don't love it. We don't even come into that. So yeah, I don't love that. That's tough. Just a big stop. So yeah, it's 3-1. Wow. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if I can. Thinking 14%. It's a good trade. if it plays at least. And then I'll be looking for these higher highs and then these lower highs for a potential short. But, right, this long, this is the target. Whoop. Almost. Yeah, if you guys got long here, take the TP1 and hold the rest optimistically. I think that'd be a good play.
She's crying. Well, you gotta make her feel better.
Yeah, this played out perfectly. We do have 6-hour bullish divergence.
Or does she need medicine?
Not on the money, but. Oh, yeah, no, we do. We do have it on the money, right? Low is here. And divergence starts here. It's over here. Even if you move it here, it's still divergence. I guess we do have a low time frame bullish divergence, but it's still, right? You see, higher high, lower high, and then it's the curvature continues. But I still don't love it. Today's trade's played out. If you got in, you can hold them optimistically, but the rest of this I'd be sitting out. Right, when I don't have a clear picture, I'm done. Yeah. Well, regardless, either we're coming up or we're coming down, right? We take these highs, short zone, which is the fib from here to the low. If we come back down, that's the long zone, taking the low. Look for that flip, bullish divergence, and we got to take it. But it's about to get crazy over here, so I'm going to get off because it's about to get loud. It's food time. Appreciate you guys coming. And we'll catch you next time. Later.